What the hell?
You're my special friend. Can everyone say hi to my friend?
Back from the dead.
Yo.
Welcome to the party, pal. Your Flint Neighborhood Master Chaos back with you once again, and I'm not alone. I have Big Daddy Keene with me. How are you, sir?
Hey, Master Chaos, Master K, Master C, whatever you call yourself.
I cover so many things.
I'm doing good. Just I'm contending with my CEO at the moment.
I completely understand. As a father of two, I understand how multitasking is a big part of being a parent. So,
It's hot, baby.
Happy to have you guys here.
He's very excited, especially for Beware Children at Play. Isn't that right, buddy?
Oh yeah, he went quiet there for a minute there. Let me check in with the chat real quick, and then we'll jump right into it. We got a lot to talk about today.
Yes, we do.
And not just Vinegar Syndrome. We'll be talking about Michael's new project, which is currently funding, and we'll be talking about a whole bunch of other little things that have popped up. Checking in with everybody here. John Peters, what's up? Good to have you here. John, good to have you here. Nick, what's up, man? Good to have you here. Razor Ramen, good to have you as well. Hey, what's up, dude? Good to have you as well. Reject Films, what's up, buddy? And let me see if I missed it. Kresha, hello to you. Hello, Pop Culture Massacre, and hello, Adrian and Jim Powers, a very lovely patron of mine. Okay. Wow, we got a lot to talk about. First of all, Michael, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I know it's probably difficult to make some time, but I'm glad. It was honestly, I've been wanting to have you back on, but I know you've been going through some stuff. You've been busy, so I'm glad that you're here, man. It really means a lot to me.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's good to be here. I'm a busy bee. I don't ever, gosh darn effing stop, yo.
Well, that's good. That's good.
I found the Aaron accent right now.
No, I love it. What I'll do, what I'd love to is maybe pick your brain afterwards, because I'd love to hear what it's like working for Screen Rant, because I think it sounds like it would be a fun job, but probably not.
Sounds like you want to get me fired, but okay, no, sure.
Okay. Well, you know what? When people ask me what it's like working for Asylum, I'm like, I have to tiptoe. I have to tiptoe around that.
I can certainly tiptoe a bit for you, sure.
There you go. I love it. Okay, so before we go into Vinegar Syndrome, let's discuss real quickly Dr. Deathface. What the hell is happening here? What is this?
So Dr. Deathface is my new movie. I've run, just briefly, 2 campaigns on Indiegogo before. Both failed, but both were flexible. And the problem with doing flexible funding is that you wind up with a very small amount of money, but you still have to take care of the perks, which is a giant pain in the ass, especially when you're trying to make a fucking movie. So this time I'm doing a fixed goal of $10,000, which I think is very reasonable. We have a potential backer on the back end, to double that. But I still would, need the $10,000. So that's what we're trying to get. And that's really just for crew and equipment and special effects. We're going to be doing some really wild stuff. So it is a sort of phantasmagoria of sex, violence. There's a lot of death in Dr. Deathface, a fair amount of face as well, and a little bit of doctoring. And it's just there's a bed that has a massive man-eating vagina growing out of it, and our dear Dr. Deathface, he is feeding it various patients of his. He is a at-home sex therapist, a concept, by the way, that I came up with before the pandemic, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. It is not entirely, within a single house. It's not one of those movies. It does have plenty of action outside of the house. It's just that's the primary location, and it is going to be massively fucked up. I decided to just go hog wild on my end, to the point that my usual collaborator, I say usual, we did like 2 movies, but he was like, you do this yourself, because this is a bit much for me, which I'm going to take as a badge of honor that I managed to freak someone out based purely on the sexual content of my film. But yeah,
Wow.
so it's funding through March 8th, and my birthday is March 12th. So if y'all could give me a birthday present and fund my goddamn movie, that would be amazing.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, Dr. Deathface. It's pretty fucked up. There's a trailer in there that we made out of test footage. We couldn't do any special effects shots because we don't have any money. And we did it all in like 2 days. But it's in the video. It's in the pitch video, and then if you scroll to the side, for those interested, there's also just the trailer by itself, so you don't have to listen to me fucking talk about it. And there's all kinds of perks there, all kinds of little ditties. There's a Blu-ray, of course, which is gonna be the bootleg version. There's gonna be potentially 2 versions if we can get a distributor. Which is looking very likely. It's very likely that it'll be distributed by an actual company. But of course, I can't say definitively yes or no. But I'm going to be putting out a Blu-ray just for backers, with commentary just for them, some special features just for them. Not going to put on any other release. It's just, hey, thank you for supporting the vision. I love you. I want to touch your butt. That whole thing. So yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, that's what people really want to know. Like, will I get my butt touched with this movie? I'm a backer. I'm very happy to have been a backer. I obviously, as a filmmaker, I support my fellow filmmakers. Guys, 36 days left. Go and help out if you can. Link in the description. Go and at least check it out. Stand and Sound says Michael Keene is my favorite perk. The perk to end all perks. There you go. I love it. You got a question from Adrian. Any influence there?
So oddly enough, I thought of this independently of Deathbed. I've known of Deathbed. I've never actually finished watching Deathbed, because I remember I watched or tried to watch, I believe, a VHS rip of it, and this was a long time ago. And I just got bored out of my mind, and I never finished it. My thing is more, I just really like inanimate objects that eat people. The Head, my previous film, which is available on Vimeo, it deals with a mannequin head that eats people. It's actually a very similar plot.
Jesus.
I love inanimate objects fucking and killing and eating, and that's what both those movies are all about, is fucking, killing, and eating. Really just the human existence as a plot. So although I have heard that I've been too not nice enough to Deathbed, so I am going to make sure to watch Deathbed before we start production, if only because I don't want to like accidentally crib.
Right.
I've had that happen before, where like with The Head, we based on shot on VHS movies, and I haven't seen every shot on VHS movie, not even close. And there's been a few where I'll watch a SOV movie for the first time, I'm like, fuck, that's a lot like what we did in The Head. Shit. Because of course they came first. They got first dibs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's at very least, as far as the bed eating things, a lot of it, whole lot of it, and very early on too. There's some movies that like they have that promise, and you're like, oh, when is it going to get to it? Within the first, and obviously I don't have like an edit or anything done, but based on the script, within the first like 20-25 minutes, you will have proper bed vagina action. And that's a Michael Keene promise.
See, that's good, because I'm a stickler for that stuff. When I look at a movie, those first 20 minutes are fucking crucial, man. If you don't deliver anything, then I'm already disappointed going in. So I don't really care what else is coming. So if you deliver bed vagina in the first 20 minutes, I mean that's gonna be a done deal for me. That's great. And and who's doing the effects for you? Somebody you worked for?
So actually, this is one part where we're kind of working it out, because I have 2 guys in mind. I actually had a guy locally well, one of the guys I have in mind is local, but I had a different guy who does great work, but isn't like a special effects guy. He's like he worked for like casinos and stuff and all that, but he ghosted me. So but the beautiful thing that happened, and I wasn't expecting this, was one of my awesome. I don't know if I can say much. Basically, a big chunk of our equipment budget kind of gets to be put elsewhere. Let's just put it that way. While still getting the equipment. And so I'm going to be putting that money towards a better effects guy. So that's kind of where we're at now. Like that literally just happened like a week ago. I got that news. So now it's like, okay, well, which of these guys do I want? So I'm feeling out. And I'm not going to say any names because obviously that's a little fucked. But their work is very good and known.
Okay.
Let me put it that way.
Awesome. That's amazing. That's amazing. And I know you're out in Vegas, so I'm holding out hope you'll be able to put Neil Breen in here somewhere.
You know what's fucked up? I sent him a message when I was doing Fatal Future to see if he would be interested in cameoing, because of course it was an homage to his kind of filmmaking.
Yeah. And
he didn't message me back. And then he recently put out a casting call for his new movie, and I was like, I live in Vegas. Fuck it, why not? Sent him a message, nothing. So,
wow,
I don't know, man. I met him the one time when he did a screening of Twisted Pair in fucking LA of all places, and have nothing since.
He's a weird dude, man. I met him and here in LA for a screening of the most amazing movie ever made, of course. And that's oh my god, I'm blanking on the name of it. Oh my god, his best movie.
Fateful Findings?
Yes, Fateful Findings. It was like the FF movie, Fateful Findings. What a great film. He came out, everybody's laughing their ass off. He's in the back. I feel bad because everyone's obviously trashing the movie. He comes up on stage for the Q&A. He has no idea that everyone thinks it's not a good movie, and he's completely clueless. And then they ask him questions like, like people like try to be respectful, like, oh, so I guess you're really into hacking? And he's like, well, I don't know what hacking even is. What? All your movies are about hacking. What are you talking about, dude? Crazy guy. Complete mystery. Absolutely a mystery to me. But anyway, Dr. Deathface, the link is in the description, guys. Go help out Michael. At least check it out. If you can't afford to support, at least share it.
Share that shit. Get on them Twitters, on them Instagrams, maybe them TikToks. I don't know. I'm an old man.
Yeah, do a dance for it on TikTok, right? That's what that's for, right? TikTok.
Do the death face shuffle over on the TikToks and give me some money.
Exactly.
Lucky.
There you go. Maybe Nicki Minaj will see it and be inspired to support. I don't know. You never know. So that's Dr. Deathface. I will throw in a plug of my own just because I forgot to do it last time. A movie I wrote is out on VOD, The Legend of La Llorona. Hey, look at that. We got 9 reviews, 2.5 stars. That's pretty sweet. I never read reviews. Even though I review movies, I never read my own reviews because, it's fair game. So people can say what they say. But anyway, it's there. If you guys want to check it out, it's on. It's also on Vudu. It's also on Apple, I think. Just wanted to toss that out there. For those who are interested, because I saw someone ask, Video Man, what's up? I'm making 2, but I can't announce anything right now at the moment. It's everything is in contracts, and it's kind of stupid for me to mention, and then something drops and it doesn't happen, then it's disappointing. But yes, it's coming. Anyway, so that's on Prime. Go check that out if you get a chance. And now for the piece de resistance. Another reason I had Michael on is he told me he worked on one of these movies that was just announced. By the way, I have not
Blu-ray. Let's get crazy.
That's true. That's right. Right. I have not refreshed this, so I know what it is, and I think everybody knows. But let's get that. Oh wow!
Holy cow! Oh my
god! I can't believe it! Look at this.
So crazy! I just got to take a bite of pasta. It's so.
Oh yeah, feel free to dig in. I know you're in the middle of your little dinner there. Okay, so what do we get? We got Drop Dead Fred, for better or worse. And I mean, this cover isn't even. I don't even like this. This cover could have been way better.
I like this cover. It's indicative of the film to a degree, but we'll talk about it.
I would have liked it if it was the white cover with like the pictures. Like I feel like it could have been way more goofy, but
it does look more like a horror movie.
Yeah,
that way. Yeah.
We got Sister, which I'm not familiar with at all. Do you know this one at all?
I haven't watched it, but I mean, Bill Condon is an interesting filmmaker who I always think of Bill Condon as like the guy who definitely made a bunch of great movies, and then I always look at his filmography and I'm like, yeah, there's a few in there. But
yeah,
I know Brad rated it like 4 stars on Letterboxd, and I usually agree with Brad on his positive ratings. I don't really agree often on his negative, but when it comes to positive ratings, I tend to agree with him quite a bit.
Okay. And then this is the one you worked on, so why don't we start there? Or
Sure.
not worked on. You worked on these special features, yes.
Yeah, I can stumble fuck my way through the rest after this. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Sounds good. You know what? I will read the description so you can have a couple more bites of your pasta there.
Cool.
Let me see what everyone's thinking. Bullet Blake says, I'd rather have Freaked than Drop Dead Fred. Everybody would rather have Freaked than Drop Dead Fred. I can't imagine anybody would choose Fred over Freaked, but you know, it is what it is. Pop Culture says No Hard Rock Zombies was a total buzzkill. I was disappointed about that too. I'm guessing I don't know if it was announced why it got pushed, but
I mean, one thing real quick, I will say in defense of Vinegar Syndrome in this case, both cases actually, both comments. The thing you have to remember about these companies is they're working on very tight deadlines, and things are just going to get pushed. Like, and that's not when that happens. That's kind of a good thing because it means that they're working to make it a better release for whatever reason. Like, I don't know why Hard Rock Zombies got pushed, but like, you know, maybe they found someone that they could interview that they didn't have before. Like someone came out of the woodwork. And so they're going to talk to, I don't know, the director or something. Sure. Or maybe they find another cut of the movie and it's like, oh, we have to include this extended cut or this alternate version. That's cool. That's good. Like, would we rather have it sooner? Sure, that'd be great. But would you rather have it sooner or better? And that's kind of where, you know, like I personally would rather have a better version. It could also be that something just got fucked up, in which case, again, it's good that they are taking the time and not just saying, yeah, fuck, they're not pulling a bill and just going, yeah, whatever, fuck them, fuck the audience. They care about you. And regarding wanting something like Freaked over Drop Dead Fred, I don't know what the deal was with Drop Dead Fred exactly, but you can ascertain at least it was with Severin. Something happened. It wound up with Vinegar Syndrome. My assumption there, and again, this is just my assumption. And I have to like say this every time now because I technically work for them, even though they just send me files to edit. But my assumption is they just needed to fill a spot, and here is a ready to go movie. Because I didn't look at the special features, but I'm assuming that Severin loaned them special features. Vis-a-vis, like they basically have a ready-made thing. Like I'm sure they did their own stuff, but this is a much more sure thing because like it's good to go. Like there's almost nothing left to do. We need to fill a spot. Probably that's probably what happened was they needed to fill that spot when they moved shit around.
Right.
Drop Dead Fred gonna sell first of all because it's a known title, and then vis-a-vis Freaked will like Freaked would sell really well. Drop Dead Fred is also going to sell extremely well, and that's money that goes into putting out the movies that you or I probably want to see from Vinegar Syndrome, which is the kind of weird esoteric bullshit, and Freaked, which is a little mainstream for my taste, but I do love Freaked.
Yeah.
When it comes to Vinegar Syndrome, I prefer like I want to see a movie that I've never even fucking like I didn't know existed before. Like something that's like made in 1978, you know, got a single release in fucking Florida for like one day and just was buried. That gets me all like rock hard right there. Personally. Anyway, go on.
No, I agree. Absolutely. That's what I like about that company, discovering new shit. I thought I knew a lot about movies, but fuck, man, they find stuff I've never heard of. Okay, Beware Children at Play. I do love the cover. Luckily, no asses in sight because it's about children. There is a foot, so maybe that might be the new thing. I guess that's a foot. Yeah, that's a foot. All right, let's read the plot here, and then I have a trailer for you guys. I'm not doing a lot of trailers today because YouTube sucks, and sometimes when I show trailers, they tend to copyright me, even though I don't monetize. It's just a hassle. Okay, young Glenn and his father have gone into the woods for a fun-filled camping adventure. But when Dad steps into a bear trap, the pair find themselves stranded miles from civilization with limited supplies and nothing to eat. After his dad dies, spoilers, Glenn, as a matter of survival, is forced to consume his flesh. Wow. I don't think I thought I'd seen this movie, but maybe I haven't. Years later, children from a nearby town begin to disappear into the woods, never to be seen again, while adults are murdered in the most savage of fashions. Could not so young anymore Glenn, wow, that's really awkwardly written. Could not so young anymore Glenn have something to do with all the mayhem? I'm going to guess, yes, he does. 1989, 94 minutes. What do we got here? Region free, okay. Brand new commentary track from the director. Extended making of documentary featuring interviews with cast and crew and the brand new interview and an archival interview. So, Michael, did you work on the extended documentary?
Yes, I made that and I edited that and the interview with Mick Cribbin. Actually, I came up with the title "Why I Don't Have Children." I was very proud of that one. Yeah, it was. I pulled it from one of the interviews. Like someone, I think it was one of the special effects guys, kind of just popped that in there as a joke, and I was like, "That's a title right there." Yeah, it's it's pretty good, I think. I wish I could have made it a little longer looking back, but it's a good making. If you are interested in the movie and you like the movie or you want to know more about its history, it's a great little piece. And then the interview with Mick Cribbin is pretty good. I would say it's a worthwhile little effort. I wish I could have listened to the commentary track with Mick, but that's too bad. He seems like a really smart guy. That's honestly the doc I edited was pretty good. I am hankering for that commentary. That's the one I'm really like. But yeah, I think it's a little solid set of features. If a little biased, but I think it worked out pretty well.
You're happy with it. How long is the doc, if you can say?
I don't remember what it came out to. It's over 30, under an hour.
Gotcha. That's good. Jamie, to answer your question, it does. So much so that I can't show the trailer because I downloaded the trailer. Then I saw lots of Jennifer Jason goodness. I'm like, whoa, I can't show that. So go find it on YouTube if you want to take a look at all that. But also somebody told me that it's on Tubi. So if you want to go ahead and give it a try there. Okay, so this is Beware Children I Play. I'm excited for this. This is another Troma one, right?
Yeah, it was Troma distributed. It wasn't produced by Troma. It doesn't really have. It has the production value of a Troma, but it doesn't have like the kind of silliness. You don't expect don't expect like Troma's War or anything like that.
Right. Excellent. Okay, so there's that one, and then we might as well go to the big daddy, the big drop of the month, I guess. Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I guess I agree with the people that say it fits in because it feels like a Tammy and the T-Rex and kind of Alien from LA, although I feel Alien from LA fits a little more. What are your thoughts on Drop Dead Fred, Michael?
I haven't watched it in a lot of years, but I mean, it's a very silly film. It's weirdly dark for a kids movie, but of course that's kind of the time period when it comes to kids movies. And it's a bit mainstream for my taste for Vinegar Syndrome, but at the same time, whenever they do something more mainstream, I'm always like, well, awesome, this gives more money to the weird bullshit and the pornos. Like, I want more porn. I'm still salty that they took the porn subscription away. But I think the slip looks good. I agree with Brian. Slip looks good. I think there's definitely like a certain like poppiness to the original poster, the original artwork,
Yeah.
that I would prefer, but also like it's never or almost never the original artwork. I do think that the idea of it being the chalk drawing and Fred kind of like doing his little tongue thing, I think that's really cute. I think it works for the movie. Is it as good as the actual poster? No. But for a slipcover that's just a limited edition little oddity, it's cool. And the film itself is quirky and fun, and most importantly, maybe not immediately, but soon I can show it to my son. So there's one of very few Vinegar Syndrome titles I can show to my offspring, which I think is pretty rad diddlyicious.
Yeah. My son is he was 6 at the time, and his first Vinegar Syndrome was Ice Cream Man, because there was a video game he played called Ice Cream Man. I said, hey, they made a movie, kind of. So he loved it. He actually had a really good time with that. Real quick, I put up a poll on my community tab, just curious, once it sort of got leaked, and I wondered what everyone thought about Drop Dead Fred, and here is how it broke down. 20 out of 205 votes, 20% of you said, hell no, what the fuck is going on over there? 49% said, hell yeah, I dig that kooky movie. 18% said, never saw it, looks dumb. 13% said, never saw it, looks great. So I think it's, I don't know, this seems like it actually has a lot more interest than I initially thought it would from anybody buying from Vinegar Syndrome. So I think that bodes well for sales.
Yeah, I mean, it's a popular movie. I remember, I think it was in high school maybe, but there was like a really large contingent of Drop Dead Fred fans for some reason. I don't know why. And
Really?
in Somerville, South Carolina in 2007 or whatever, there were so many Drop Dead Fred fans, but I remember it being a thing. I don't know if it was like the Hot Topic crowd or what, but I mean, it's got a cult following, and that's important. A lot of these movies are technically cult movies, but when it comes to what the general public considers cults, Drop Dead Fred is a cult movie.
Yeah, absolutely. A small contingent of weirdos that enjoys something. That is exactly it for this movie. And well, I'll show a trailer. I actually watched the trailer, and I was on the fence about whether I would keep it in my collection or not. I decided to pass it on to a friend who I think will enjoy it more than I will. And I'll be more than happy to let him have it in his collection. Here's the plot real quick for those of you who are unaware of it. Elizabeth's life is in shambles. Her husband has just dumped her for another woman. Her car has been stolen, which causes her to arrive late for work only to get fired. And her overbearing mother has convinced her to move back home. One night, when she can't sleep, Elizabeth happens upon the small box which housed her childhood imaginary friend, Drop Dead Fred, who used to cause all kinds of mischief. But when Elizabeth opens the box, causing Fred to reappear, she is drawn into a raucous series of new, highly destructive and hilarious adventures. Hilarious, that's debatable. 1991, 99 minutes. Tons of special features. This does seem like the same features that Severin had.
Yeah, they work together.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I've come to realize, and this is before I even started working for Vinegar Syndrome, is like minus one or two, these companies really have each other's backs for the most part. There are some less reputable ones that I won't dish on, but overall, like companies like Vinegar Syndrome and Severin, they're tight because another thing you have to remember is like this is still a niche commodity. Like there's a reason none of us Blu-ray YouTubers have like millions of subscribers, aside from our faces. This is very, very, very niche shit. You know, you go out into the public square and you say something about Blu-rays, and people will be like, people still fucking buy movies. I just download a torrent. Like it's wild how mainstream just torrenting movies is. Like people just say like, yeah, I just illegally download all the movies I watch. Fucks. So
it happens, unfortunately. But here, there you go. I mean, if you wanted the ultimate Drop Dead Fred, here it is. Commentary track with the director, a conversation with the director and the producer, a featurette with co-writers and executive producers, an interview with Marsha Mason. Awesome. I wonder what she's been up to. Oh my God, holy balls! Scream fans. Interview with Peter Deming, who is of course the DP of Scream 1 through 4. Amazing. That's very cool. Wow, and he did this, so that's very interesting. I love that. Mischief Makers, a featurette with VFX producers, so a whole bunch of the VFX people on that. Interview with Tim Matheson, awesome. Interview with actress Ashley Peldon. I guess they couldn't get Phoebe. Maybe I mean, I know she's retired, but I don't know. That would be nice to have her here. Deleted scenes. Oh, here you go. 8-page booklet with a text interview. All right.
Yeah, I guess you had some demands.
Yeah, I guess so. Interesting. All right. Well, I guess we do have her weighing in, so that's good enough to have that there. Yeah. That's
a pretty chock full day. I mean, like, one thing I love about just current home releases, I guess, especially boutique releases, is my son walking in to the office. Is all the extras that like give us all this additional film history and context. Oh man,
he's really not happy about Drop Dead Fred.
Buddy, it's okay. It's a movie you can watch. God damn, what a dick.
3 new interviews. Okay, good. Thanks for filling that in, GK.
Yeah, thanks, GK. Yeah, I mean this. I like when if I don't like the movie, I can still get something out of the release. That means a lot to me. That's why I hate like Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death, because there's like nothing there on that disc, and so it's just this shitty movie that I am like, I don't know. I guess it just goes on a shelf now.
Yeah, Jesus. Oh God, that was a painful one. All right, Drop Dead Fred. Awesome. Let's dish about Sister, which is not the TV series. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this one, but it does have nudity. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do the trailer for Drop Dead Fred. Let's do that now, because this is something I think we should all enjoy together. For those of you on the fence, it might push you off to either side. I'm curious how everyone feels about it afterwards.
It's a lot.
Honey, why'd you call him Drop Dead Fred?
Because that's his name, Daddy.
Like many small children, Lizzie had an imaginary playmate.
Drop Dead Fred is going to teach me how to cook today.
Someone she could talk to.
Sugar?
Yeah.
Someone she could share with.
Oh, Grandma Bun!
Someone who would never let her down.
No more Drop Dead Fred. Period.
Now Lizzie is all grown up.
To us.
And when her perfect life fell apart,
Charles, I lost my money, my car, my husband.
she didn't get mad.
Drop Dead Fred.
She got Fred.
What, who dropped dead?
Drop Dead Fred is this imaginary friend that I had as a child, and he's back.
Everybody has strange friends, even you must.
But all mine are alive.
Well, that's not saying much. It's no wonder Charles left you.
Haven't got a husband, got a stupid haircut.
You see, you just don't know how to make a marriage work.
Well, let's get Charles back then. I'll help you.
Let's just behave ourselves. Get up.
Oh, panties.
He's back
Yeah? Well, what's wrong with that?
Nothing, except you're ruining my life.
to show her no matter how bad things look now,
Peekaboo.
they can always get infinitely worse.
Drop Dead Fred was way out of control.
Have I got him?
You're dead, little man.
There's nobody there.
It's because he's invisible. Idiot! I don't want an imaginary friend anymore.
Right, that's it. I hate you.
Ow!
Goodbye forever.
Drop Dead Fred.
Ugh, what does that taste like?
Every child should have one, especially when she grows up.
Wow. Yee. I'm passing that on to a friend. But I will review it for those of you who are curious. I will weigh in on the disc and all that good stuff. Okay, sister, Michael, would you do me the honor of reading the plot synopsis for us?
Sure. Let me get in here.
There you go.
Protective and aloof Charlotte, along with her childlike and innocent sister Lucy, operate their secluded country mansion as a bed and breakfast. On a cold and rainy night, Matt, a mysterious and handsome man from the city, arrives unexpectedly to rent a room. Soon after taking a fancy to Lucy. As their romance grows, mysterious acts of violence begin to plague the quiet home, threatening to unearth dark and murderous secrets buried deep in the past.
Interesting. So this feels like this is going to be very similar to, I mean, maybe not, but it feels like something like along the lines of The Grave, the VSA title. But who knows? I don't know. I have no frame of reference for this movie whatsoever.
I'm curious. A, Bill Condon. B, the reviews are very mixed. Like,
really?
I don't know if you looked at the Letterboxd for this
No.
one, but oh boy, it's like all over the place. That said, even the bad ones, or like lukewarm ones, mention it being a Southern Gothic melodrama. And buddy, that gets my I love me a good Southern Gothic melodrama.
Who doesn't? My favorite. I love The Gift. Sam Raimi's The Gift. Oh, that shit's good. That's a good ass movie. Lots of features on this. Commentary track with Bill Condon. Commentary track with Alexandra Heller Nicholas, who I find a bit dry, but she knows her stuff. Interview with actor Benjamin Mountain. Actress Natalia Nagulich. Interesting. And then another interview with the composer, Richard Einhorn. An interview with the cinematographer. Deleted scenes with director commentary. And a 12-page booklet. Look at that. Do you know anything about them starting to do more booklets this year?
I was not aware of that. That's pretty fucking rad.
That's
I wonder if they like started realizing that all the other companies were doing it, and they were like, you know what, we're not gonna be left in the fucking dust by these goddamn losers.
Booklets are certainly a hot commodity, so I'm glad that they're starting to do that. The slip looks nice. It's it's one of those where you can't really tell what the movie's about, but I
think it's all right. It looks mysterious, and I'll take that.
Absolutely. So then we've got 3 releases from them, and they dropped a VSA. Wolfpack. Are you familiar with this one at all?
Nope.
I thought it was at first when I heard the names, like, isn't there a documentary about these kids living in an apartment? They make their own little movies, and there is a movie called Wolfpack, which is about these like weird kids who just never leave their apartment in New York. This is not that movie. This is about football, apparently. But maybe not. Maybe just under the surface. What do we have here? We have 5,000 units. Check this out. They just added this. Slipcase edition is strictly limited to 5,000 units and may, but probably not, be followed by a standard edition in the future. I love that they had to like qualify that even more.
Yeah.
I know people were upset about VSAs not becoming exclusive, or limited, I should say.
Whatever.
Let's see. I'll take this one. High school student Sam Adams has just moved to a new house in a sleepy all-American town. His new school seems perfect at first, and he is quickly accepted onto the football team. But something about his fellow players seems a bit off, particularly the brutish and arrogant Jack Boot Batowski. As Sam soon discovers, the team have appointed themselves as dictatorial leaders of the school, openly modeling their behavior after the SS. Wow, okay. And terrorizing anyone who doesn't fall in line while rewarding those who pledge blind allegiance. When Sam's unwillingness to submit results in a violent attack on an elderly family friend, he decides to take matters into his own hands. Interesting. Not, again, VSA throwing curveballs when it comes to the kind of stuff that you expect.
Yeah.
or should expect. That's almost feels like a TV movie kind of thing.
Yeah, it's got some interesting reviews, but more importantly, like the the I think video art is very indicative of that plot. It's literally a football player doing a Sieg Heil behind a backwards American or in front of a backwards American flag.
Oh wow. Yeah, they didn't put that on here. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm assuming that'll maybe be a alternate insert, but I'm intrigued. It's another one where the reviews are a little all over the place, but there's some pretty strong pro Wolfpack folks out there. Actually, Justin from Vinegar Syndrome has a 3-star review on Letterboxd.
Oh, okay.
He calls it that's pretty good. Easily the best fascist high school football movie from a noted porn director you're going to find.
Wow, there you go. There you go. That's a review. Interesting. Okay, Wolfpack. I'll be grabbing this for Brother Chaos, but and then we'll be doing a twin review of that one. Interesting. And then you got region free interview with the director, the locations of Wolfpack, and then of course double-sided poster limited to 5,000. Yeah, hot on the heels of TC 2000. Wolfpack. Oh, and what the hell's the other one? Fortress of America. Did you see that one yet?
I haven't watched it yet. No, actually, I haven't even bought it yet. I've been really behind. My finances have been a bit wonky, so I've been kind of all over the place.
You're not missing much. You're not missing much with that one.
I have been happier with their recent VSA quality because for a while, of course, the joke was that VSA it was, not amazing for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And like nothing that's really beat Savage Dawn for me, but like I thought TC 2000 was really good. And then I've watched the first Tiger Claws, and that was pretty all right.
They go downhill quickly after that one. The first one is the best one.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah,
it does have more Bolo Young titty though, right?
No, actually, I think he wears a shirt for most of part 2, and then he's not in part 3.
God,
so, sorry.
I just want that sweet tit meat.
Oh, geez. Yeah, he's got some weird pecs, man. Okay, there you go. Wolfpack, that's the VSA. We'll see. We'll see. I'm honestly not very excited about this month, but I could be surprised, and I hope to be. That's part of the fun.
I think the partner titles definitely have it this month, which isn't hard. Like, Jesus Christ, the number of partner titles, like it's becoming not a problem, but it's overwhelming.
Yeah,
partner titles.
Too much. I think it's close to 20, if not over at this point. That's a lot. That is a lot to handle. GVS, did he shave? No, he never shaves. He never takes care of himself. What are you talking about? The bunk, did he take the Arby's cup back home? No, it's still back here somewhere. I actually see it right now. I still have it as a reminder. Or is it taking its rightful place? Rightful place next to Dick Demon. Absolutely. Okay, American Scream, Bilitis. There's some movies on there. Bilitis. I'm not familiar with that one. Blood on Her Name, Cain and Abel, Delta Space Mission, Ham on Rye, Hypnosis, I Do Not Care If We Go Down in History as Barbarians, Quiet City and Dance Party double feature, Spirit Lake, We Await double feature, Tragedy Girls, not 4K, but I do like that slip. That's pretty cool. And then 2 lottery tickets, A Month in Thailand double feature. And then this probably sold out. Did you grab this?
What, the
Cafe Flesh?
No, I don't buy vinyl.
Ah.
I mean, it's cool. Like there's the fan part of me that's like, oh, but then it's like, what would I do with it?
Right. Yeah, I only have one vinyl, and it's actually the soundtrack for Scream, signed by the composer, because he was doing a signing, and I needed to get that. But
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but okay, so let's pick these. Let's pick these apart. Let's see what we got here. I'm on the fence as to what I will get. I will say American Scream. I think it's on Tubi. It's also on YouTube, so I will TBYB that one. Definitely try before you buy. For those of you, those of you who are of lower funds, and let's face it, we are all at this point, the year 3 of the pandemic, nobody's getting any richer, except the mask makers, I guess. But that's they're living it up. Okay, meet the Benzingers. They're the average American family, 2 unruly teenagers, a stressed-out father, and a cloying mother. They're taking the classic American Christmas vacation at the perfect mountain resort, but the strange residents of Wilson Creek have something else planned, something gruesome. This family trip will be a trip to hell, and no one will ever be the same again. Sounds like a hoot. 1988, 86 minutes. Region-free Blu-ray. Introduction to the film by the director. Feature-length commentary by the director and the star. Restored promotional teaser for use for foreign film markets. Real collections with Edward Beasley, a podcast episode talking about. So there's a little audio there, and then Culture Shock trailers. Have you seen this movie? Do you know anything about this film?
No, I haven't. Although it's one that's been on my radar for a while, so I might. I don't know if I want to. I might just blind buy it. I do want to. Like, part of me is like, I should watch this on Tubi, but the other part of me is like, I don't know. I have a trust in Culture Shock at this point. They're cool dudes, by the way. I love those guys. I had a problem with my order when they were still a non-partner label, back when they were in the dregs of society, and one of them hand delivered my package to me.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah. It was like peak pandemic, so we didn't like face to face meet, but he did drop it off at my house. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, man! All right, you guys get a approval." But yeah, I'm very curious. But the fact that it's on Tubi is great, because it's tough right now for a pimp.
Yeah.
But I like that slipcover looks beautiful. I checked out. This was one I looked through before, and it looks like my jam. So I've kind of, once I realized, oh, this is my shit, I kind of then like I went away, because I was like, I don't need any spoilers. I'm good. Let's watch this at some point.
I love it. Yeah, most likely we'll pick it up. The Bunk, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I love those guys. They're good people. They are good people. American Scream. Okay, so that's available. No trailer available for that one, so couldn't show you that one. Then there's a movie one, Belitis. I'll just leave it on that for YouTube's sake. This is a Fun City Editions. It took me a minute because it didn't have the same logo, so it kind of threw me for a loop as to who put this out.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's a reference to some product at some point.
Maybe, yeah. It does look like, some kind of old-fashioned packaging. Well, since you are the erotic film expert, why don't you read the synopsis for us here?
You just don't want to say the fancy names. All right.
No, I like saying the fancy names, but you love the porny stuff, so you dig in.
You love the porny stuff. I need some tits and vag and dick as well. Do bop bop. All right. Patty Darbanville. Cult favorite Patty Darbanville, or however the fuck you say her name, essays the title role in Belitis, the directorial debut of photographer David Hamilton, based on the erotic 19th century poetry of Pierre Louis. The film's script was co-written by filmmaker and novelist Catherine Brillat. You know, I've seen Fat Girl, and I still don't remember how to say the fucking director's name. Anyway,
I think it's Brillat, but
Brillat, whatever, fucking Frenchies. Spending the summer in the French countryside with elegant and beautiful family friend Barbara, young Belitis comes of age and learns valuable, if sometimes painful, lessons about intimacy, romance, and love. Darbanville, who had been part of Warhol's Factory and was the inspiration for some of Cat Stevens' most beloved songs, effectively plays the sheltered young woman who becomes steadily wiser as the story progresses. The film is considerably elevated by the sumptuous score by famed French composer Francis Lay, which became a worldwide best-selling record. Hamilton's trademark soft-focus photographic style is faithfully rendered on film by the cinematography of Bernard Delencourt. Belitis has been richly restored in 4K from the original camera negative for this first ever North American Blu-ray edition. Fuck yeah, America!
Are you grabbing this one?
Fuck yeah, man! It sounds like my jam.
Yeah.
Never seen it, but I'm looking at the various stills and like I love. By the way, I love soft focus photography. Oh my god, it gets my fucking goat so hard. Like that shot on the beach in there, which I'm not going to ask you to scroll through because
No, it
titties.
cannot.
But like just that shot, it just there's a certain feel to it that just makes me happy. And it makes something like soft focus. It just naturally, if you can shoot an erotic scene well, and you add on that the soft focus photography, like can't beat it. So definitely my jam. I do wish. Well, I mean, I like that there is a new commentary, and it's with people who know their shit. I like that it has a Sam Deegan essay. And it's cool that there's an interview with the camera operator. I like that as well. I do kind of wish it was a more packed disc, but it's also a 4K restoration from the OCN, so like that's pretty hot. So I'm into it. I'm very into it.
Nice. I will be passing. It doesn't sound like something I would enjoy, but I can see people loving it. 1977, 95 minutes, region free. Yeah. Another booklet. So there you go.
Booklets for days.
Yes. Abilitas. What an man. They should just call it like Mitzi or something.
I wonder
like,
if that's a more common name in France, maybe.
Maybe Mitzi's Tootsies. That's what I would have called it. Okay, Blood on Her Name. This is my favorite slipcover of the month. This is a badass.
Oh, it's great. It looks amazing.
Also,
I love the minimalist back to it as well.
Yeah. This is awesome. Almost strength alone, I would probably just pick this up because I really like that. But I just have to be careful finance-wise, man. I
get it.
It's too much, man. It's only February, we got to pace ourselves here.
Something else I really like about the partner labels in general, but related to this release, is I just love all the love being given to newer indie films that you might not have, because like I wouldn't know this fucking existed. But here we get like a special treatment, and people are gonna fucking pick it up.
Absolutely, and as you and I, filmmakers currently working, it's nice to know that people still care about modern films, or at least will be wooed by the right packaging. Okay, plot. A woman's panicked decision to cover up an accidental killing spirals out of control when her conscience demands she returns the dead man's body to his family. I kind of lucked out on that one. That was a short paragraph. You got like a big old chunk for that last one. Okay, so 2019, 83 minutes. Elizabeth Rome is in that. I made a movie with her. That's awesome. Region A, commentary with crew, commentary with cast and crew, proof of concept. That's interesting. They never include those. Cast and crew and conversation, theatrical trailer, and an essay. I guess another booklet. Essay by senior critic Walter Chaw. Interesting. Okay. Have you gotten any Yellow Veil in the past?
That's a great question. I don't think I've gotten any Yellow Veil yet. I think I have all the partner releases on a shelf, and I think it ends with Utopia, so I guess not yet.
Yeah,
it's hard to keep track of all these fucking things.
It is. It really is. Connie, I actually just watched their last one, their first release. This is their second. Cain and Abel. It looks like a VSA.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything about it. Okay. Cain and Abel. All right, let's you know what? Since you had a big old chunk, I'll take this one. Here we go. What the hell is it? Can I select it? Yes, please. I want to highlight that. Thank you. Okay, that said Firstborn Losers. Firstborn Lawrence toils the land by buffalo, while Ellis, the apple of his mother's eye. What the hell? That's the craziest sentence I've ever read. Okay. Firstborn Lawrence toils the land by buffalo, while Ellis, the apple of his mother's eye, is given a university education in Manila. When the latter returns to the family's hacienda with a metropolitan fiancé in tow, the domineering Senora Pina immediately disapproves. Looking to reassert her influence, she asks her youngest to name his inheritance. Ellis claims the land, which sparks a family feud that invites tragedy and boils over into an all-out filial war. Wow. Are you feeling this one, Michael?
I am feeling it. Yeah. I'm kind of predisposed to like this label to begin with because like I love the origin of their name, and I love like their mission statement so much. There's a few of these. Like I love that these labels are just like we have a very specific fucking focus, and this is what we're gonna put out. God damn it. Yeah, it sounds like my jam. I can't really get like a full grasp on the whole film based purely on that synopsis, but where it kind of describes it near the bottom there, high-pitched melodrama, awesome. Part allegory for the rampant I don't even know what bellicosity means. But sure. Something political, like some allegory with something political with the Philippines. Awesome. Biblical retelling, always fun. Well, unless it's actually like a Bible movie, in which case it usually sucks. But nods to Sam Peckinpah's Straw Dogs. Fuck yes, give it to me. Lush actioner. Those are two words that go together. Yeah, and it's a pulpier side of the national artists of the Philippines. That, I mean, goddamn. And it's the 80s. Like,
yeah.
Oh, my body. Oof. This is the kind of this is like what gets me nice and rock solid over here. I hear all these words and I'm just like, fuck, I need it in my body right now.
Yeah, see, my problem is it sounds good, but after I'm done watching it, do I want it on my shelf? Am I gonna rewatch it? That's
the way I see it, I have fucking Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death on my fucking shelf right now. I'll take a good movie that I also might not watch again and put it up there.
Yeah, but yeah, and the problem is you don't know until you know, and to know you have to invest. 1982, 112 minutes, region free. You get I like when they put the times.
Yeah, same.
I like that. So you get new featurette, appreciation on the film, 12 minutes, an interview with Carmi Martin, I'm guessing an actor, interview with Christopher De Leon, 16 minutes, and then a booklet. Look at that, another booklet. All right. With a whole bunch of stuff on that. So yeah, so there you go. English subtitles as well, so don't worry. Excellent. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and hear reviews on this before I jump into it. But I do like the cover. Is it limited? Yeah, 15. Okay, I can wait. Now this is one I really liked. Deaf Crocodile's first one. I just watched it a couple nights ago. The Unknown Man of Shandigor. It's not for everybody, but I enjoyed it. This I saw the trailer for, and I instantly knew it was not for me. I'm not into the hippy dippy cartoons. Michael, I'm gonna guess you're a big hippy dippy cartoon guy.
Yeah, but to be fair, I'm also my taste is basically everywhere. Like yes, I like hippy dippy cartoon bullshit. Not as much as other things. It's not like a passion of mine, but when I saw this and I looked through the stills, I didn't look at the trailer, but I can kind of tell based on previous experience what the animation probably looks like in motion. But like, I enjoy like the Fantastic Planet type bullshit. So I'm into it. It has the potential to not be very good. It has the potential to be like watching, this is a bit of heresy, but Star Trek the Animated Series or something. But it looks like I love the trippy backgrounds quite a bit. It looks like it's all over the place. It looks like it has that very specific aesthetic to it that you really don't get in other forms of animation or other, I guess, cultural forms of animation.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, it looks pretty sick. I wish I really need to get to the point where I can like get like those secret journalist press releases, where you find out like at least a week in advance, so I can just fucking like go through and watch these fucking movies ahead of time.
Yeah.
That's my dream. That's my sad sitting in a puddle of my own semen dream. But it looks good. And also Deaf Crocodile kicks ass. I like those guys.
Yeah. A good company, but yeah, this one just doesn't click for me. The trailer alone was just basically, for example, swirling colors and music. It just felt like something you would just drop acid to. And
hell yeah.
You know what? This might surprise you. I've never taken drugs. I've never even smoked pot. It's never been an interest of mine. I always tell people I'm like Salvador Dali. They asked him once, "Hey, dude, you must be high all the time. Do you do a lot of drugs to paint?" He says, "Drugs? I am drugs." Like, fuck yeah,
there is an interesting. It's funny. I'm a huge stoner. So this looks right up my alley. But I don't feel like a lot of people who have like what people consider like the drug aesthetic to their work. I don't feel like most of them do drugs, or at the very least, it's not something that directly relates to their work. Like,
right.
I've gotten great ideas while high, but I've never like written or formulated anything really sick while high. It's not something that really necessarily helps that process. And like, you know, like you see like people, like you always have someone on Twitter saying like, "Oh, David Lynch must be fucking stoned all the time." No, he isn't. He's just a guy who's fucking weird and he drinks a lot of coffee and he works a lot from the fucking Midwest. That's just all it is.
Yeah, that is exactly what it is. They're just that way already.
But yeah, I love drugs, so this sounds great.
Perfect. All right, why don't you tell us a little bit about this, please?
Okay, let me bring it up on mine because it's a little small for my sad old man eyes. All right. Gotcha. All right, there we go. Imagine an early 80s Eastern European space prog album high on sugary breakfast cereal, heavy metal magazine, Hanna-Barbera cartoons, and 8-bit arcade games like Galaxian and Asteroids, and you have some idea of the otherworldly weirdness of the Romanian animated sci-fi film Delta Space Mission. In the year 3084, a Modigliani-esque alien journalist with blue-green skin, Alma, boards a state-of-the-art spacecraft named Delta, whose highly advanced computer brain develops a mad teenage crush on her with disastrous results. An incredibly strange and strangely beautiful work of galactic eye candy, Delta Space Mission defies all rules of perspective and logic, like MC Escher and Mobius teaming up on a Romanian Saturday morning cartoon, fueled by an addictive Perry Kingsley-like electronic synth score by Kalen, whatever the fuck. Delta Space Mission grooves along folding space and time. An early 80s Euro disco perched on the edge of a black hole. With its egg-shaped spaceships, giant floating triangles, and anthropomorphic computer, the film also brings to mind Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey, René Laloux's Fantastic Planet, fuck yeah, and the work of the Strugatsky brothers. Stalker.
Yikes. Yeah, that's a lot.
There's a lot.
They really wanted to sell that movie, man.
I am dripping.
They were trying to throw every reference possible to make sure you knew what it was. By the way, the trailer's on there if you guys want to check that out. I'm not going to show it to you just in case YouTube is a little futzy. 1984, 70 minutes, 4K scan, region A, new interview with the co-director, 40 minutes. That's lengthy. 2 newly restored episodes from the short film series. I don't know if that's factored into the movie or not, or just separate. A new commentary track by Kat Ellinger, and a new booklet. Look at that, another booklet. Jeez.
So OCN must have made a deal with some companies, like we will give you half off booklets, and they're like sold.
Yeah, exactly. Half. Yeah, right. Whatever allows them to add more to it. I love it. Video Man says there is rabbits in the hat, white and black. Who is the cat named Tyra? Okay.
Yeah, drugs are great.
You ask a lot of interesting questions there. I'll get back to you on that. Punk Ron, what's up? How many part labels do you think there will be by the end of the year? 30. I would say 30, and I would say probably prices will go up as well across the board, but it remains to be seen. We shall see. Delta Space Mission. Okay, Death Crocodile Round 2. They did announce that they're going to be putting out a box set of 3 Russian fantasy films, which I'm very excited for. I've seen one of them on Mystery Science Theater. I'd love to see it all cleaned up, nice and neat. So I'm excited for that. But that's, I think, Black Friday. We'll have to wait for that.
All right, New Kids on the Block, Factory 25.
Yeah, are you familiar with that company?
Nope.
Nope, me neither. Let's see. Interesting slip. Not necessarily amazing, but
It's got a nice low-key look to it, but yeah, it's...
Oh, wow. It's already down to $8.29, guys.
Hot damn. Is it only 1,000 maybe?
1,000, yeah. Okie dokie. Ham on Rye. What is this about? Ham on Rye, a coming-of-age comedy centered on the nervous excitement of youth and the strange horror of entering adulthood, uses an expansive ensemble of over 100 performers, including non-actors, musicians, 90s, Nickelodeon child stars, and more to explore a suburban community's relationship with a prom-like ritual and the decay of the human spirit. What? That sounds very interesting. It begins with the crowd-pleasing spirit of a John Hughes movie and fades slowly into an off-kilter dystopia with the energy of Dazed and Confused.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. It is a lot. 2020, 87 minutes, region-free, exclusive Blu-ray only, director's cut. What does that mean, Blu-ray only? I guess it's been on DVD somewhere else. That's interesting. Filmmaker commentary, deleted scenes, making of, and then looks like, I guess, another booklet. So you got some essays here by the director and the cinematographer. Interesting. Does this sound like something you'll be picking up?
Sounds interesting. I mean, the beauty of it is, I mean, I get that half off with the subscriber discount, so pretty easy for me to buy anything. It looks interesting. The thing I do now, because I kind of just have to because of funds, is I go in the Letterboxd and I check out what people think. And this one is one of those where it feels like it could be one of those like indies that's maybe overhyped by some, but it looks very pretty. I love just the visual aesthetic. It does have a bit of that soft focus that I mentioned earlier, so that kind of gets my goat. And it is new, and I do like supporting newer indie film. My only real concern with these kind of movies is it going to be a little too up its own ass?
Right.
That's always my biggest fear. I don't mind things being up their own ass. Certainly some of my favorite filmmakers are up their own ass all the time, but sometimes it can get a little too film schooly.
Yeah.
But it looks cool. And it looks like a very well-made film at the very least.
If you guys want it, I would probably jump on it sooner than later. It looks like it's going to be. Let me refresh, see if it dropped it out. Well, no, it hasn't, but it looks like it's going to be not hanging around very long. If anybody in the chat can do some research on this, if this is available to watch anywhere, to try before you buy, I'm curious. Oh, look who we got in the chat.
It's on Canopy.
What's up, my man? I hope you're well. Thanks for stopping by, dude. I was actually just watching some of your reviews last night because I'm getting ready for the porn sale. Now, I don't really buy a lot of porn, but I do like hearing people's thoughts on the pornographies. And Mike, maybe you can come on and we can do a discussion on your favorite sex films.
Sure.
That'll be great. Okay, we've got Jesus. It never ends. We got so much to talk about here. Okay.
And real quick, just to if y'all want to check out Ham on Rye, it is available to stream for free on Canopy, which I believe still means that you need a library card to watch it. I think everything that's free on there, you need a library card. But as long as you have a library card and your library is part of Canopy's very vast, partners or whatever, you can watch it on there.
There you go.
That's what I'll be doing.
Excellent. I'll have to look into that. Hypnosis. I believe this is a very, very modern film. No, 2020. For some reason, I thought it was like 2021. Okie dokie. This is Altered Innocence. This one's also dropping. So I'm guessing it was at 1,000. All right, Michael, why don't you take this one for us?
Okay, let me get my old man eyes over here. See what we got here. Hypnosis. Got a big hand in it. That's a mighty big hand. Good Lord. They don't make hands that big anymore.
They don't.
In a snow-drenched Moscow, Misha wakes up each night and sleepwalks right out of his apartment. Running out of options to cure him, his parents decide to try hypnosis with the renowned psychotherapist, Dr. Volkov. Over a number of sessions, the unhypnotizable Misha meets other patients of Volkov, including the beautiful Polina, and starts to wonder if Volkov is manipulating them beyond his ethical limits. When Polina suddenly goes missing, Misha begins an investigation. But what if the one being manipulated is Misha himself? Prolific filmmaker Valery Todorovsky, Russian name, harnesses stunning cinematography of Russia in winter, along with a truly haunting and hypnotic score to bring us deep within Misha's complex coming of age. Always the coming of ages.
You know, I feel like Vinegar Syndrome has become the partner labels have become the coming of age repository, because everything says coming of age.
Yeah, well, that's kind of an indie thing too.
Yeah,
you know, because you have these young filmmakers. That's kind of what they're angling for. I should do a coming of age movie. Maybe that's my ticket.
you should tell people Dr. Deathface is a coming of age movie. It'll help. You know, you never know. You know, you get a new audience to support. I wanted to show this because I saw this on IMDb and it cracked me up. It's got 1 review, 1 star. This guy says, "What a load of rubbish. Unbelievable how this film is even ranked. My 3-year-old make better acting entertainment in their pretend world." Yeah. So take that for what it is. But I thought that was interesting. I was looking it up to see if there was if it was on Amazon Prime or whatever. It is not. But I just saw 1 review and the dude was not happy with it. So there you go.
Yeah, it doesn't look too hyped on Letterboxd either. It's very, very small number of reviews, and they're all Russian. So that makes it challenging.
Yeah, absolutely. No features, which is kind of strange. I don't think I've ever seen a disc coming out of well, it's a partner label, so I suppose you can't really call it Vinegar Syndrome, but no features except the trailer.
Yeah, this is this is tough because like I do really like Altered Innocence, but I don't know.
we have to draw a line somewhere. I really loved Adoration. That was my favorite thing of last year. That they put out.
I might keep an eye on this one and try to see if there's like an opportunity to watch it beforehand, and then like if it gets to like under 100, I'll be like, fuck, fine.
Okay.
That's kind of my strategy right now. Like on the one hand, I really like Altered Innocence, and I really would like to buy everything they put out. But I don't know, man. The IMDb review can go fuck itself. I've gotten reviews like that. That reviewer can suck a dick. But like the lack of praise mixed with the lack of special features, has me a little worrisome. Plus, there's no giant hand. What the fuck? I want a kaiju hand. Come on.
Well, maybe that's the hidden surprise. You watch the movie, he has a dream, and there's a giant hand. You never know, but that doesn't make it a good movie. At the end of the day, Hypnosis. All right, we'll keep an eye out on it. If you do grab it, let me know. I'll be curious to hear your thoughts on it. Here we go. This is I think it's a documentary. I might be mistaken. We'll find out. Wow. Okay. Long title. I do not care if we go down in history as barbarians. This is Big World Pictures. Are they new? No, they're not new. But I don't remember what else they put out.
Did they? Shit. This is again like I can't remember. I'm always like, am I right or am I wrong? I don't remember. That's Utopia. I don't know. That's just too many.
I guess, yeah. We'll say they're new-ish. I do not care if we go down in history as barbarians. These were the words spoken by Romanian military dictator Marshal Ion Aunescu in this Council of Ministers in the summer of 1941 that started the ethnic cleansing on the Eastern Front. One of contemporary Europe's most divisive creators, Jude Jude has come out with an ingeniously conceived film. While it unfolds slowly and in detail, it hits the viewer with a singular emotional punch. I'm not familiar with Jude's work. Okay, so there's the title again. Chronicles a young theater director's efforts to stage an accurate reenactment of the Odessa massacre, in which Romanian soldiers slaughtered tens of thousands of Ukrainian Jews, despite the municipal government's attempt to censor the director's efforts. Her choice angers a city official who threatens to close the production because of its anti-Romanian take on history. However, the reaction to the staged play is one that neither anticipated. This internationally acclaimed dark satire is a timely statement about the consequences of selective and willful amnesia on a society fueled by populist sentiments. Wow. At first, I was going to say it reminds me of Variety Lights from Fellini, but this feels like it's very, very political in its leanings. How are you feeling about this one, Michael?
It feels like something I would watch on Mubi. If that makes any sense.
Sure, yeah.
I like really experimental films, so that definitely gets my goat. The 138-minute runtime does trigger me a bit, just 'cause that's a lot of movie.
Yeah,
and that also reminds me of some things I've seen on Mubi that were less good. But also, I mean, there's times where I've been surprised. Like, there's been some films where I'll just be like, "Fucking sure, why not?" I'll commit to like several hours on this, and then by the end of it, I'm like, "That was a lot of time, but fucking yeah." So yeah, I'm intrigued. I'll probably pick this one up, if only because it's so weird.
Gotcha. I'll be passing, but again, I'll be curious everyone's thoughts when this gets out. 2018, 138 minutes, Region A, introduction by Radu Jude, and a short film from the director, a theatrical trailer, and another booklet. Look at that.
I'm gonna start a podcast all about Radu Jude's films, and it's gonna be called The Jude Dudes, and we'll mispronounce that every episode.
That'd be awesome, yeah. And then for some reason we can never get him on as a guest. That'd be great. We just invite other people and say, "Hey, what do you think about Jude?" And they're like, "Who's that?"
It feels like a year since we talked about the Vinegar Syndrome titles.
I know. Yeah. It's there's a lot here. Robert likes Radu Jude. Okay, great. Good. That's interesting that people know who he is. So I'm glad he's got a following. Circle Collective has a double feature for us of what's been described as mumblecore movies, and that's instantly a turnoff for me.
Same.
You're like, oh no, I'm good. No, that's not for me.
I like the idea of mumblecore. I often do not like the final product.
Right. As a filmmaker, I think it's interesting, but as an audience, I hate watching it. For what it is. Why don't you do us a favor and read us the descriptions for the films there?
Let's see what we got here, Buckaroo. All right. Wait, this is Quiet City. Okay. So Quiet City. Shot in Brooklyn in 2006, the Independent Spirit Award nominated Quiet City is a gentle masterpiece of naturalistic performances and poetic cinematography. Jamie arrives in New York to visit a friend, but the friend is nowhere to be found. Charlie has quit his job and isn't sure what's next in life. Their paths cross late at night on an empty subway platform. From this chance encounter, an unlikely connection is formed. They spend 24 hours together, drifting to and from diners, parks, art galleries, and parties. Inflected with melancholy and hopefulness, Aaron Katz's second feature is a fully realized work of truly independent American cinema. Sounds like a mumblecore movie. Let's see what we got here. Dance Party USA. In Dance Party USA, Katz's impressionistic and audacious debut, Apathetic Teens, again, sounds like a mumblecore movie, Jessica and Gus connect for a fleeting moment at a 4th of July party. Their relationship grows more complex when Gus reveals a disturbing secret. Delving into dark territory, Dance Party USA is a raw, honest portrayal of teens struggling to confront questions of looming adulthood and sexual violence.
Wow. Well, Apathetic Teens. I don't know. I never thought I'd say this, but I feel like I'm just too old for this shit.
I always, I'm always hip to giving something a chance, but oh man, I've given a lot of mumblecore style movies a chance, and Oh boy.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, it really depends. Like it's a genre that has a lot of opportunity built into it. But oftentimes that opportunity is wasted, and it's just, well, what if they just, they walk around and they talk a bit? Maybe they have graphic sex on camera, whatever, man. And
Yeah.
I can only watch so many of those.
Yeah. No, that's I'm very formulaic in the kind of the stuff that I like, and you can be experimental, but you have to deliver a fully realized experience. There's a reason we're watching these people for 90 minutes or whatever. You have to tell us a story. If you're not telling us a story, then you're just wasting my time, and life's too short. And I just feel like I'm tired of those movies that feel like, oh, it's just enough that they exist, and then they hold hands for 40 minutes. No, man, I'll do that with my family. Give me a story. I'm here giving you my time. That's my take on these movies. But hey, it is the way to make a movie. It is the way to make a movie cheap, and you just have to know what you're getting yourself into. It does have a lot of fans. I'm not one of them. Dang it, I keep selecting this. Okay, so 2006, 2007 for both movies. Region A, Blu-ray, New Conversation with the director and David Lowery. That's interesting. New Conversation with, I guess, the cast. There's a whole bunch of people there. In Love with the Process, a New Conversation with Barry Jenkins. Wow, okay.
Oh, my God.
Quiet City, New York premiere introduction and Q&A. Trailer, and then another booklet. Look at that. Everybody gets a booklet. That's awesome. There you go. So if you guys are into it, let me know in the comments if anybody grabbed Quiet City Dance Party USA. Look at that. Could put like I don't know.
It's minimalism, Master Chaos. Minimalism.
I know. And that
naughty fuck.
I mean, if it's fine, but at the same time, it's disappointing. Speaking of non-minimalism, look at this thing.
Remember, guys, you can have bad acting and a fun movie. Herein lies Red Spirit Lake.
Now, I've never seen this. I've heard a lot of good things. Are you a fan of this film?
I haven't seen it. I've read about it, and it's one of those that is been in my mind's eye, and I had seen a clip or two, and it looks like my jam. The biggest issue with any SOV kind of whacked out horror flick is sometimes the acting can be the bad kind of bad, if that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's my only worry going in. But it sounds like everything I've read, it's just this phantasmagoria of what the fuckery. And that is 100% my jam. So this one I'm definitely getting because I am super psyched. I thought I would have to get some shitty DVD of this, but instead I get this nice decked out Blu-ray. Come on.
You might as well, right? And you get a second movie. You get We Wait. I don't know much about it.
Yeah, which is also apparently pretty fucked up.
Yes, that's what I'm hearing. I actually did look this up on Letterboxd, and everybody. I mean, I think there was 1 2-star review, and then everybody was in the 4 and 5s on it, which is kind of interesting. Okay, Red Spirit Lake, 1993. After a vengeful sorceress is tortured and killed by a corrupt industrialist looking to harness the spectral powers of Red Spirit Lake, her niece arrives in snow-covered Angel Falls to settle her aunt's estate. A meditation on the old dark house, replete with UFO abductions, castration, frank nudity, witchcraft, fatal fistings, and what? Sluggerous? So I guess it's slaughterous saunas. Red Spirit Lake is a cacophony. Oh, here we go. They brought in Stephen King here. Red Spirit Lake is a cacophony of subversive hyperviolence, psychotic surrealism, salacious sexual chaos. That was my original name, but I decided that would be too much. And picturesque winter vistas featuring acting performances by a cavalcade of legendary cinema of transgression era artists and filmmakers, including Richard Kern, Holly Adams, Kembra Fowler, Tessa Hughes Freeland, and Tommy Turner, as well as an insurgent soundtrack featuring music by Cop Shoot Cop, Lydia Lunch, Clint Ruin, and the Lunatics.
Goddamn.
Okay. We Wait, 1996. A con artist is held captive by an unhinged cannibal family that ingests copious quantities of hallucinogenic green fungal goo, covertly harnessed from an otherworldly sentient crystal, Jesus, housed in their third floor apartment of horrors, featuring a man who willfully chooses to be a dog, sexual stimulation via blowtorch, and a corpulent, nude, and blood-soaked Godzilla-sized Jesus. We Await is a shot-on-video urban riff on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Well, obviously, that slowly descends into a psychosexual, drug-fueled, analog Aurora Borealis nightmare like no other. None of that. That doesn't make any sense. An analog Aurora Borealis nightmare? Okay.
Just let it wash over you, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. Starring director Charles Pinion, adult filmmaker David Aaron Clark, visual artist Alyssa Taylor Went, and boasting a blistering soundtrack featuring music by Crash Worship, Neurosis, and Unsane. Holy cats! They really used almost every word in the dictionary on that one.
I don't know that I'm having like issues because I need more liquid in me because I'm just sploosh. I'm dehydrated to an aggressive degree. Oh my god! And these special features, good lord.
Yeah, lots of special features. John Peter says Savage Harvest and Sinister were so much fun. Very good. Clint Ruin is another name J.G. Thurwell goes by. Oh, that's cool. I don't know anything about music, honestly. So I've heard of Lydia Lunch, but I thought she was an actress. Region free, so the entire world can enjoy this. Brand new restoration of both features, 2 audio commentaries, I'm assuming on each film, an interview with the director, an interview with the director. So he's interviewed twice for both films. Raw footage featurette, probably not going to watch that. Original excerpt from We Wait, so I guess kind of featurette. A making of featurette for Spirit Drive document, making of featurette. 60mm short, behind the scenes on the short. Another short film. Video Pharmacy exclusive, deleted scenes. I'm not sure what that is. Music video and other rare footage from his vault. And then a trailer reel of Charles's films. As well as, check this out. This is a doozy, 28 pages. Wow. That's probably none of the other booklets have said how many they are, but I feel like that's got to be the new record, right?
This is the release to beat.
Damn.
There's just so much.
I will probably just blind throw on this one. It's probably going to be insane, but at the end of the day, if I don't like it, I can always resell it.
That's the beauty of these limited releases. I mean, people will shell out some serious cash.
Yeah. Are you grabbing this one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That seems almost like the no-brainer of the month. Okay, 2 more guys. This stuff, Jesus. Unless they've added titles while we've been here. You never know.
I'm so old now. I remember the old days, long, long ago.
Your son walks in. He's getting ready for college. Hey, Art with Horror. What's up, man? How you doing, buddy? Guys, go check out Art with Horror. He's a really nice dude. He's got really great content, and he loves horror movies. Art says you should work for Vinegar Syndrome. I shouldn't. I love what they do, but I'm very critical. I've actually lost subscribers over it. Although for some reason, I saw mentioned somewhere that people think that I get paid to review or I get free copies.
Oh my god, I wish. Oh god.
No, nobody gets free copies. If anybody watches half of my content, I'm fairly critical. I love what they do, and I'm subscribed because I support their work. But I like what I like. We may be doing something in the future, which would be good, but I can't say anything at the moment. Tragedy Girls, Gunpowder and Sky, only on Blu-ray. Okay, Michael, why don't you take this one?
Oh, good old Tragedy Girls. All right. Best friends Sadie and Michaela are on a mission to boost their social media fandom as amateur crime reporters hot on the trail of a deranged local serial killer. After they manage to capture the killer and secretly hold him hostage, they realize the best way to get scoops on future victims. What? They realize the best way to get scoops. What does that mean?
It's just one of their many typos.
Yeah. They realized the best way to get scoops on future victims would be to, murder people themselves. As the @Tragedy Girls become an overnight sensation and panic grips their small town, can their friendship survive the strain of national stardom? Will they get caught? Will their accounts get verified? This is Tragedy Girls.
I've seen this, but I barely remember it. Have you seen it?
It's fine. It's fine. It's one I have like a weird, like, I don't know what it is, but anytime there's a movie that comes along like this that gets a lot of hype, I watch it and it's never that great. It's usually like a really good idea or like some really clever direction. Like Censor was that way, where I was like, I'd heard nothing but amazing things about Censor. And then I finally watched it and I was like, oh, it's a good movie, I guess. Sure. And Tragedy Girls is like that. I thought it was, it was pretty good. I would certainly, if you're just like a horror devotee, it's certainly worthwhile. Like it's, it has some pretty fun moments. It's humorous. Has Jack Quaid. He's a dreamboat. But it's fine.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And especially for stuff like Censor, everybody was kind of like blowing that movie and watched it was like, no, it's good, but not necessarily the greatest thing ever, but yeah, it's fine. Same with this. Zero memory of it. I don't even know if I liked it or not, but it is available. I think it's on Tubi. This one's on Tubi for sure. So I'm gonna be rewatching before I invest in any of this. But Region A Blu-ray. Interview with the director and co-writer, interview with the co-writer separately, never before seen behind-the-scenes footage, commentary with the director and the co-writer, commentary with Kat Ellinger, who is apparently a fan of everything. She's almost on. She's a
oh my god,
commentary on everything.
She's in a basement somewhere, and she's just pumping out commentaries and essays and what have you.
That's they go. If you want to eat today, you better finish that commentary for the next Forgotten Gialli box set. Okay, Q&A at Screamfest, red carpet interviews, behind the scenes, some more, raw footage versus finished sequence, conversation with the director again, 2 different trailers, storyboards, a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. If you love Tragedy Girls, there you go. Good cast. Craig Robinson is in it. He's always great. Interesting. It's if somebody told me that Vinegar Cinema is gonna, not that they necessarily put this out, but they're kind of partnering with the people putting this out, that they would put out something like this, I'd be very surprised. But here you go.
I'm shocked it's not a 4K.
Yeah, right. Because I know the Blu-ray's been out for a while already, so I don't know if there's a difference. I don't know if they added stuff to it or not, but there you go. Tragedy Girls. Apparently, people were very excited about it.
Good for them. I'm glad.
On Twitter when it was when I think it was Brad who teased it. I was like, "Oh my god, Tragedy Girls!" So great. I hope it does well. Last one, guys. We're finally at the last one here. Jesus. Okay, 2 lottery tickets. A month. 2 lottery tickets and a month in Thailand. This is another double feature. From it's not from Thailand. I forget who made it, but we'll look into it right now. Romanian. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful imagery. Okay, let's take a look at this. Michael, would you do the honors on this last one here?
Okay, I just want any Romanians to judge me for any of the pronunciations that are about to happen. 3 small-town ne'er-do-wells hit the jackpot when they discover they hold the winning ticket to a 6 million euro lottery prize, only to discover the winning ticket is nowhere to be found. This begins a madcap hunt for the two petty criminals who stole the fanny pack containing the lucky scrap of paper. Paranoid potheads, would-be singers, exotic prostitutes, enterprising clairvoyants, and even a colorblind policeman cross their paths, generating one hilarious set piece after another. A buddy comedy produced on a shoestring budget, starring three of the most recognizable faces in Romanian movies. Paul Negrescu's second feature emerges a stoner's shaggy dog story with the sophisticated, intensely realistic style that has made that country's cinema one of the most enduring national film movements in the world. Think Pineapple Express by way of Abbas Kiarostami.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Okay. Standing defiantly apart from political ambitions of the Romanian New Wave, Paul Negrescu's debut feature is an impeccably observed comedy of errors and warm portrayal of contemporary Bucharest nightlife, perfectly capturing the feeling of post-holiday year-end ennui. A month in Thailand orbits around its sad sack hero's misadventures on New Year's Eve. A Twilight Odyssey through buffet-style restaurants with bad karaoke and clubs pumping out dance remixes of The Power of Love. Perpetually falling in and out of love, caught between paying cursory attention to his current girlfriend, I know, right? With whom he's about to take the titular trip in the new year, and longing for his former one, who seems to shadow him at every party. A bittersweet story of longing, regret, and indecisiveness.
Huh.
Hey, I'm pretty, I saw the cover art and I was like, that looks interesting, I guess. A little indie-ish. And then having read that, I'm pretty in.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty hip to this jive, yo. That all sounds like my shit. I am not very familiar with the Romanian film scene,
right?
But I'm fucking willing to get into it.
Love it. Look at the runtime here, 171 combined.
It's good.
That's workable. Interesting. I don't know. Again, I don't know that I want to own it though, but I would watch it. Something I would, definitely
just think of it like buying crypto, except the market isn't going to fall out any day now.
Right. Well, yeah, I guess that's true. Region A, English subtitles for both. Get a short film introduction by Paul Negrescu, I believe. Another booklet. There you go. Audio commentary from the director and the co-writer and the editor. 2 short films. Oh, I'm sorry. That's separate. That's for a month in Thailand. Okay. And so introduction to both films. One, you only get a booklet for one of them, but I'm guessing it'll feature both. Interesting. Okay. $27. All right. Well, Michael, if you get it, let me know, and I'm curious your review on it.
Yeah, that one. I think I'm probably gonna pick up that one. Red Spirit Lake. American Scream. Definitely.
Yeah, let's go look at that.
And Bilitis. And Delta Space Mission and Blood on Her Name. And Canon. I just want them all. God damn it.
Oh, jeez.
All of them except for Quiet City, Dance Party USA, and Tragedy Girls. I could give a fuck.
Gotcha.
And Hypnosis is a big maybe, but
yeah. Yeah, I'm on the fence about American Scream. I think I'm gonna check that one out first. Blood on Her Name sounds cool. So potentially that one. I really wish you Delta Space Mission. I don't know. I think I'm gonna pass on that. Passing on these, I'm gonna grab Red Spirit Lake, We Await, and that's it.
No.
So honestly, just one right now. This Saturn's Core, and then the rest I'm just gonna wait. I might get Blood on Her Name if it comes down. Is it selling out? No. Okay, this one's not in any danger right now. It might be a last minute thing right before my subscription ships. I'll just drop it in. Yeah, Bilitis, nah. I'd watch it, but I don't know that I want to have it on my shelf. I even go through the trouble of having to hey, who wants this? Although it might sell well, because Fun City Editions is one of those that
has a bit of a following.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good way to look at it. I mean, again, people will buy, at the very least, you'll get your money back and whatever the shipping costs when you sell it. So
right.
you know, I think that's how I look at it is I'm getting it at a discount. And if I want to sell it, which I have yet to sell anything, but in the bizarre future, in which I have to sell stuff, I will at the very least get my money back and be able to pay for the shipping. So,
right,
like that's cool with me. It's like a slightly more involved rental.
yeah, definitely. Hoke says Sister is the gem of the month. Well, I hope so. I'm not familiar with it. Yeah, I might add some more just for shits and gigs. I've been able to sell stuff that I haven't liked, so it hasn't been necessarily an issue.
Yeah, I think the only real problem I have right now is space is becoming a premium. But you know what fixes that? More shelves.
That's true. That's true. That always is the trick. I'm trying to figure out a way to squeeze into my garage and start building out there. Just to be able to not have my house look like it's made out of movies.
Yeah, I've been thinking about just like finding a place to stack. Like I need to find like perfectly like right angled boxes, but like totes, and just find a place where I can stack them fairly high and safely. And just anytime I'm like, this movie doesn't need to be on my shelf anymore, but I don't want to get rid of it, I'll just pop it in one of the boxes.
There you go.
And then eventually have to figure out the problem when I run out of space there. But
that's for another day.
Future Michael. That's
yeah.
Fuck
exactly.
That.
You don't have to worry about that now. I want to highlight this. Where did it go? What the hell was it? Oh man, I just missed it. Somebody left a comment about the original. Oh, here we go. GK fan says the previous Tragedy Girls Blue was just BDR and only had commentary on it. Okay.
Okay. Well, so it is a big upgrade. That's good.
That is definitely a big upgrade for the fans. Hoke says Michael is going to start pickling slipcovers.
Hell yeah. Someone watched my last live stream. Yeah, gonna get my pickling game on.
All right, geez. I don't think I want to know much about that. The V-Day sale. Are you excited? I'm guessing you have pretty much everything you want.
I don't.
No?
I think last V-Day sale I wasn't able to get as much as I wanted. And I also the thing that keeps happening is I find myself like, oh, I don't really need that one. And then I'll read like an article or an essay or watch a video or something will get referenced, or I'll listen to an episode of the Rialto Report and they'll mention something that was released by Vinegar Syndrome, or they'll mention a filmmaker who has stuff with Vinegar Syndrome that I don't own yet. Like, fuck, okay, I guess I do need that. And so it keeps coming back around and around and around. I'm not sure how much I'll really be able to buy this month, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, they're promising quite a bit. 2 new Picorama releases, 2 new Pulse Video releases, plus a highly requested horror UHD reissue. Interesting. Do you have any thoughts what this could be? Are we thinking Madman? I mean, what could it possibly be?
Madman would make sense. I saw someone mention maybe a Psycho Cop double feature. I don't know what the reasoning is for that, but I could certainly see it being the case. But I don't know. I never know. Anytime I try to come up with something, it's always proven wrong.
Right. And I know you can't say you've done some stuff with Vinegar, sort of behind the scenes. Are you privy to any cool things coming down the pipeline that we should get excited about?
I am privy. I cannot say anything about them. I will say you should be excited, certainly.
Okay.
I am excited for things that I know. Let me put it that way.
Gotcha. Okay. So mumblecore, more
it's just mumblecore all year long.
Movies. Got it. Perfect.
It's just funny, haha, and shit like that for the rest of the year.
Okay, so this sale starts Friday the 11th. I'll probably cover that. Ultra HD. So I'm guessing we're getting an Ultra HD adult title.
Oh God, please. Oh yeah. Oh, give it to me. Oh my God, that's sexual release. Oh, right, my nutters.
Well, good. I'm glad people can enjoy that.
I hope it's something Jamie Gillis related. That's what I really want.
There you go. Well, fingers crossed for you. And then new merch and more, and that'll go through the weekend. So if anybody's curious, it is only for erotic titles, so 50% off. Everything else is full price. And I'm wondering if that UHD is going to be part of the subscription or not. I don't know.
That's a good. Well, because
I mean, technically
porno
it should
titles.
be, but it says VS Horror UHD.
Oh, that's a good. So I can't read it on your screen.
I can't make it any bigger. Well, I can try.
Oh no, I got it on mine. I just it's just the way my screens are set up. Yeah,
So
I guess. Well, maybe.
I hope so.
I wonder.
Unless it's something I haven't, I don't really need it on 4K.
Yeah, I feel like I have everything big that's horror from their catalog, but yeah, I guess it depends on just how much of a reissue it is. Like, is it just? You know what? I'd still take it. But yeah, if it's not a VSU, then yeah, it would be part of our subscription. So
that'll be good. Oh God, I really hope it's not. No. They said horror movie. Runaway Nightmare is just garbage. There's no way. There's no way. Well, I guess there is. It's possible, but
I really just want them to like figure whatever they need to figure out and release House on Dead End Street. That's what I really want, but I don't know if we'll ever actually get it.
No.
At least I have my Corruption Blu-ray. For those who don't, by the way, for those, I don't know if anybody isn't privy to this at this point, but if you're going to buy one porn title during the sale, and let's just say you don't have any, get Corruption. Corruption is not only a great porn film by the great Roger Watkins, but it also has, if you do like a little weird thing with your remote, the entirety of House on Dead End Street, or Last House on Dead End Street. It's a very beat up copy, but it's one of those times where the beat up copy is actually like, I almost, as much as I did just say that I want them to release it, part of me also loves how that print looks, because it's such a fucked up movie that, and so low budget that, you know, it actually might work better. And yeah, I've heard about the OCN potential probably being lost, which makes sense considering the history of the film. But I'm wondering if they'll ever be able to like clean it up, or because the problem is they were like, oh, this isn't up to our standards for a release. So I'm hoping that they find something that makes it, you know, up to their standards, which at this point is so high, I don't even know like if it's possible. But either which way, please buy Corruption. If you're not into porno, that's fine. You get a whole ass amazing film that's not a porno out of it. And I really can't recommend Last House on Dead End Street enough. I love that fucking movie so much. So just put it out there.
You know, I don't have it, so maybe I will be grabbing that come sale time.
Oh, do it.
Yeah, I think I might. All right, so we're close to wrapping up. Before I do, I know we just mentioned Letterboxd a lot. I want to drop this in here. I just joined Letterboxd maybe about a few months ago. I'm charting everything I watch. So go on over there and follow me on Letterboxd. Link in the description. My goal is to watch 1,000 movies this year, and I think I can do it. As of January, I've seen 105 movies already.
Damn.
So
well, I believe in you. I can't do that, but I believe in you.
It's hard. It's I had to make a lot of sacrifices. My kids barely see me, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it for Letterboxd. So go on over, follow me, and I will do a mini review of everything I watch, even stuff I don't cover on the channel. For example, February is Fellini month, so I'm doing all of the essential Fellini movies only on Letterboxd. Go on over, and Michael's on Letterboxd as well. Go on over and see what he's got to offer.
Check out my shit. Oh, apparently, according to GK Fan 69, Madman has a 4K scan from the negative, and Psycho Cop Returns was a 2K from Vault Elements. So I guess unless they found new elements, it would have to be Madman would make more sense. And Madman would be awesome. I should say that Madman would be sick as fuck because Madman rules.
Absolutely, good film. Sam is recommending Red Spirit Lake, the best SOV horror. Wow. Okay,
that's a bold claim. I look for it as soon as it gets on my doorstep. It'll teleport to the Blu-ray player.
There you go.
So I'm very excited about that.
Hunter, I think it's possible, man. Unless I get sidetracked. Well, this year's gonna be a heavy filmmaking year, but unless I get sidetracked, if I do 100 movies a month, I'll hit it by October. So we'll see. We'll see. Sam, I appreciate that. Lopaki says, I remember when I was a kid back in the late 90s, a friend and I were trying to buy Beware Children I Play on VHS from Suncoast. There's some kind of warning on it, so they wouldn't. Oh, yeah, but it was like one of those bullshit warnings that they put on the movies.
It does have a very violent ending. It's kind of silly looking at it on it like as an adult, but I could see it being a little traumatizing.
Yeah. Then he says, we got one of our parents to get it, and the worker even tried warning the parent about it. We got the movie and ended up not liking it at all. That's what happens. Well, that is what happens. Blood Games on 4K. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, that's great. It's such a good movie. But I'm gonna imagine it's gonna be something older. So yeah, Madman.
Yeah, probably early. Madman. I mean, honestly, ignoring that weird thing I heard, Madman makes the most sense. And I'd be happy for it.
Absolutely. All right, before we wrap things up, just curious, Michael, you work for Screen Rant. Now, how exactly does that work? And how okay, so you can just talk around how that works. Like, how do you do videos for some other company? Like, what's the whole process? I find that fascinating.
It's basically the way it works, without getting into the nitty-gritty, is we have topics that are we do pitch our own topics. Rarely do mine. I think I've had like one or two of my I think I've literally had 2 topics accepted in the like over a year that I've worked. Ace, come on. Over the year that I've worked there. But generally they give us Ace, come here. Ace. Dick, come here.
Ooh, Star Virgin. That sounds
he's being a piece of shit. But we get our topics, and we usually get about a weekish. Because it, like everything like winds up stacking together. I usually have like between 2 and 4 days to make a video. And I'm a power creator, which means that I do everything. It's just a fancy way to say whatcha. But so I write and film and then edit my own videos, and it's clickbait. It's a content mill. My fellow cohorts and I do try to make it better, but it's a very it's a tough gig because it's something that people go in immediately not thinking of as like real work. And so you get a lot of very just mean-spirited comments, very little like praise. A lot of people just say, "You're not Ryan George, fuck you." So that's my life, is I spend most of my time, instead of seeing my family or working on things that matter to me, making videos about, 10 times Iron Man showed his dick in public, or whatever. But I do try to put more into it.
Right.
I should note also, we're different. Like, so I have nothing to do with the article side of things. I'm not a fan of our article side of things. I'm not really a fan of anything, but the video side of things is a bit of a different ball game. And I mean, it's it can be fun. It's really just it's work. I kind of have a good deal going, where I was kind of grandfathered into being allowed to still do my own content, and part of that is they don't want to talk about horror or porn on Screen Rant, so that's actually a thing. We specifically don't talk about horror movies because they don't play as well with our audience or the algorithm. So I talk a lot about Spider-Man and Moon Knight. Got 2 Peacemaker videos to make, shit like that.
Right.
But I would certainly, we do make some good stuff. It's just, it is within the realm of, a listicle about a superhero or something.
Right.
And it's usually very fast. Like I make mistakes all the time just because it's so fast paced. Like I somehow this is when I'm gonna die, like on my deathbed. It's my last thought. I did this really silly video about actors who lied to get their parts. And one of them was Jamila Al Jamil on The Good Place.
Mm-hmm.
And I love The Good Place, but I haven't watched it since it's finished airing in 2020. And in the video, I specifically say that it made me cry, and it did. But I didn't say her character's name correctly, and I didn't catch it in the edit. And I called her, and her character's name is Tahani, and I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I was just so like sleep deprived that I called her Tahini. And
Okay.
someone was like, "Oh yeah, I bet you'd like the show," calling one of the main characters Tahini. And I was like, God damn it, I do love the show. I'm just tired, and I haven't watched it in over like 2 years. Give me a fucking break here.
Yeah, I can imagine there's a lot of research that goes into something like that. Like
I read so many fucking comics. Oh my god. And then people call me say I'm fake, that I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I'm constantly researching everything, like even things I already know. Like I've read so many fucking Spider-Man comics. I still have to go back and reread them because I don't memorize this shit. Like I'm not like, I'm not a fucking encyclopedia. I don't spend all of my time memorizing Spidey facts. So I have to go back and take a look. Or like recent comics. Like I don't have time to keep up with the latest issues. So sometimes I have to like really deep dive, and I'll miss stuff because there's so many fucking comics. Like someone gave me shit for talking about some of the new X-Men stuff on Krakoa because I spoiled who killed Scarlet Witch, which who fuck cares? But I didn't mention that they basically have become immortals. I'm like, I don't know, man. Fuck.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Oh god.
But yeah, it's a very hectic work environment. But I get to do it all at home, which is pros and cons. But
sure,
I save on gas. So that's the long and it's a content mill.
Yeah. Yeah, I always find that interesting because like making content for ourselves is hard enough, and even when I'm filming for myself, I'm like, oh wait, fuck, what was the name of that thing? What was the name of the actor? And if I were tasked with like top 10 times Spider-Man chewed gum, I'm like, where do I even fucking start with something like that?
Yeah, it's tough. And sometimes like I just don't have time to go back. Like I did a Moon Knight video, and it was I think it was like things you didn't know about Moon Knight, which I hate that type of title because it is very patronizing. But
yeah,
I'm not in charge of the titles. But I basically went with like your general list of like fun facts because I just didn't have time to really dig in. Like there was a few that I came up with myself, but a lot of them I just had to, say, okay, well, what's a good list of these things? Because I don't have time to really like dig in. Like I like Moon Knight. I'm a fan of Moon Knight, but I don't have his whole history memorized. And that's kind of what you're expected to do. I think that people think that Screen Rant has like a writer's room or something, but we don't. Like we have a Slack channel, but at no point are we like tossing out ideas because it's not a co-op for each video. We're sent out on our own. So each creator on the channel is making their own type, like within the confines of Screen Rant, but it's our own types of content. So like there are people there who have totally different video styles than me. Actually, everyone does, but and that's just how it is. And some people like that more than others. I get a lot of comments on how ugly I am, which is nice. Get a lot of comment. Someone told me that I accused me of trying to be a celebrity, and the reality is I just don't like editing all the time. So I do it on camera because I'm allowed to. And like I put footage where footage needs to be, but if there's like a moment where it doesn't really need footage, I'll just have my face because it's easier and I like to see my son. But of course people don't think about that. So that's,
yeah,
it can be stressful, obviously. They say don't read the comments for a reason. It's all garbage. I say that I probably get some of the best comments for anyone who's not Ryan George, which is a little sad, but I do better than a lot of my contemporaries. Certainly.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I wouldn't even read the comments, but I don't know. Is that part of your job that you have to sort of?
No, I find it's helpful to read comments to see if like there's any mistakes or like things you need to work on. And unfortunately, with that comes some negative things. But like, for example, I had even like the negative stuff can work out. Like I completely changed. No. I completely changed how I did my audio workflow with all my videos, because early on when I was just doing voiceovers, I say just when I was not on camera, I was just doing voiceovers. I found out that apparently I had like a lot of mouth noises coming through that I was not aware of because I just didn't hear it. And so and they said it in a very mean way. It was something like, your fucking mouth is disgusting, some bullshit. But and so I listened to it and I was like, you know what? I kind of have to listen carefully. But yeah, I do make mouth noises. So I went through and now I do a declicker every time to get rid of mouth noises, because I can't not hear it. And now actually I hear it in people's videos who are much bigger than me. And immediately my thought is, you have like 8 million views on this video. How is no one mentioning the mouth noises? What the fuck, dude? So my life is ruined, is what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I commiserate. All right, let's call it a night, because both of us have lives and children to deal with.
Families.
Yeah. Just another quick mention here. Dr. Deathface currently in funding stages. Go support it. Link in the description.
Give me money. Give me that sweet money.
Yeah, exactly. Give them some sweet money or help spread the word. Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Drop a mention of it wherever you can. And if you have any to spare and you want to watch a movie, and you haven't spent it all on blind buying stuff for Vinegar Syndrome, my movie is available for streaming. By the way, I think we're getting a physical release, which is kind of shocking. But the word has it sometime in March, so stay tuned for that. I'll let you know when I know, and I don't know, but I will soon. Okay, this has been awesome. Michael, thank you so much for hanging out and going through this litany of releases with me this lovely February 1st. And Garrett says, dealing with COVID, and just popped on YouTube and see MC and Keene live together. Hell fucking yes. You'll have to go back and rewatch, but we're calling it a night for right now. My friends, thank you so much. I'm getting a call. Sound set. All right, my friends, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us, chatting movies. It's always a pleasure. It's always an honor. And I honestly consider it something that I look forward to every day. If you've been paying attention to the channel, I've been missing a few days of posting. I didn't want to make a big deal of it, but I'm actually recuperating from surgery. I had biopsy surgery on my shoulder here. I'm okay, but I'm a little out of it, or I was in the past. Those videos have slacked a little bit, but I couldn't miss today. Tomorrow, we restart the folk horror box set with episode 7. Yeah, episode 7, so stay tuned for that. But for now, we'll see you when we see you. Remember, we love you. We love you just the way you are. Take care of yourselves, and save some money, because you could buy some porn at half price in about 10-ish days.